Hey friends, today we are back in the kitchen for another fantastic, delicious recipe video. We will be making another burger, this time featuring Brazil nut cheese and the distinctive flavors of that cultured cheese paired with a nice meaty mushroom texture. So let's get started. I'm going to start by adding our ingredients to the blender. We've got 2 cups of power greens. This is baby spinach, kale, and chard. You could use any one of those. 3 cremini mushrooms. And about 2 cups of celery pulp. And for a twist on the sunflower seed cheese-based burgers, we're going to be adding 1 green onion, white and green parts, as well as a tablespoon of Bragg's Organic no salt seasonings. Let's give this a blend. So this is blended up pretty nicely. Into this mixture, I'm gonna add these 3 tiny little hot peppers I have here from my garden, and they actually didn't get enough water and dried out in the sun. So I'm hoping their flavor is nice and hot. Now I'm also adding the entire batch of Brazil nut cheese, the cultured Brazil nut cheese. And this is the same recipe as the sunflower seed cheese and the cultured cashew cheese, but I'm using a cup of Brazil nuts instead of a cup of any other type of nuts. So we'll give this a blend too. Smells delicious, and as you can see, it has a really nice creamy texture that will pair nicely with the meaty crumbly texture that we will make next. Now to make our meaty mixture, all we need is 6 cremini mushrooms. This is like a heaping 2 cups, as well as two more cups of power greens and a food processor with the S blade. I'm going to add the greens first, and we'll give those a pulse chop. And next I'll add the mushrooms. Again, I'm just gonna pulse chop these. I'm just gonna scrape the edges here. Looks beautiful. One more quick pulse. And that'll do it. So I've placed both our blended mixture and the textured mixture, the processed mixture, in a mixing bowl, and it's time to get our hands dirty. This is the most fun part, the hands-on part, the part when we get to infuse our raw food with extra loving, healing intentions. Smells so good, y'all. And now that it's all mixed, we can get our dehydrator trays lined with the non-stick sheets and go ahead and make some patties. I have a 1/2 cup measuring scoop to help me make uniform patties. You could use a 1/3 cup, you could do as small as a 1/4 cup, you could also do larger, depends on how large you want your patties to be. Now that I have the sizing right, I'm just going to shape the patties how I like them to look using my hands. Just keep in mind that the larger your patty, the longer it's going to take to dehydrate. And as you can see here, we've got 8 gorgeous full-size patties that look awesome, as well as 1 little sampler taster patty that I will try for you later when we taste test. Now, these will go in a dehydrator at 115 degrees Fahrenheit for the next 5 to 6 hours. I will be checking them and flipping them about halfway through that time. Hey friends, it is time to taste test our Brazil nut mushroom tomato stacks. That's what I'm calling them now, because I actually already sampled my little miniature one and I was like, I think this is gonna be so good with heirloom tomato as the base, and then some sauerkraut, the salt-free kraut. I'll link to the video, our beautiful Brazil nut mushroom patty, and topped with additional heirloom tomato. You could layer the cucumber in there, some avocado, drizzle with sauce, whatever you like. But yeah, this is how I was imagining it to be in recipe form. So here we go. I'm actually using utensils because, as you can see, this is quite the stack here. And yes, you know, I love using my hands, but I also don't want to get this all over my face if I can avoid it. I'll try and get all the layers here. Smells delicious, looks delicious. Let's go. Yum, yum, yum. This is really good. I'm getting at the end. I think the crunchiness of the kraut is coming through in a really nice way, adding to the texture. The burgers could still even use more texture, so if you were to blend additional mushrooms or greens, that would be really good. As I said in my cheesy burger recipe, adding in some grated zucchini, beet, carrot would also be really good additions. If you want a chunkier patty, I'm happy how it is, and it really harmonizes well with the sweetness of the tomatoes, the saltiness and the sourness of the kraut. And then, you know, I'll probably eat this with butterhead lettuce and put some avocado on it, like slice it up, put some avocado on it too, maybe some more kraut, some tomatoes sliced up. There's so many different ways you can enjoy these patties. You don't have to eat it just as a patty, although that's fun too. So I hope you try this recipe. If you do, leave me a comment. Like this video if you like it. Subscribe for more. I will include a link to the blog post with the full recipe in it so you can make it at home. Thanks so much for watching. Much love to you. Namaste.